Good day everyone and welcome to Adventures with Parker. Today we are back at Canada's Wonderland for my second visit of the season. Actually, technically this would be my first because the last time I was here was for the Media Day preview, so before the park even officially opened for the year. So yeah, depending on how you look at it, first or second, but it's been over a month since my last visit, so I'm really excited to be back here. It's a lot warmer than it was last time, which I'm really happy about, although it is a little rainy. That is starting to clear up though, so that makes me a little hopeful for the weather. Yeah, today we're going to just enjoy our day, ride all the coasters. I don't really have too much of a solid plan, except for the fact that today is the Food and Wine Festival, the first day of the Food and Wine Festival. And this is the first year that Canada's Wonderland has done an event like this. I mean, I guess we've had the food truck festivals before, but technically, like, this is being branded as a new event. So I'm really excited to be, one of the first people to check it out and to try all the food options they have. I don't really know too much about what's going on, to be honest. So I guess I'm going to discover more about it as we go. But without any further ado, let's just dive right into it and let the food and wine adventures begin. So it doesn't look like there's been too much progress made on this project since the last time we were here, except for this scrim is a little more closed. You can't see too much, but it looks like the same rubble is back there. So yeah, not too much progress to report on. Alrighty, my first ride of the day was Vortex, which is always such a good ride. Like, it is, I say this every single time, so I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, but it is seriously one of my favorite rides in the park. And yeah, it's a good one to start out with. And I think I got on it just in time because it is starting to rain. So those hopes of the weather staying clear for me, yeah, that's not happening. But I think this is a good opportunity to go over to the brand new World Expo Eatery. It just opened this year, so I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. Although I did get to sample a few of the menu items at the Media Preview Day lunch. But I actually haven't been in the physical restaurant before, so I definitely want to check that out. Hello! I have the worst luck with weather in the parks. What is this? What is this? Definitely time for lunch. Oh, okay, so I was wondering where the Food and Wine Festival was happening, but I guess here, that answers that question pretty clearly. Yeah, I would say I would try it now, but I definitely don't want to be out here eating my food, so I'm definitely going to come back later today when it's not doing this. So I'm assuming the menu is supposed to be displayed on these TVs, but literally there's a bit of an issue going on right now. Alrighty, so I ended up getting the Mongolian beef with the Moroccan vegetable rice, and of course all your meals come with a naan bread, which is great. I love it when these meals come with the bread as a side. But yeah, these look really good. I didn't see the peri-peri chicken that I tried at the media day, but that's okay. Both of these seemed cool, and I wanted to try something different anyways. So yeah, I'm really, really excited to dig into this. And another thing is that they have these soft drink fountains in here, and the Backlot Cafe didn't. It was always such a nuisance because I always loved coming here for the food, but you can never get the drinks. So I'm really glad that they fixed that now with this renovation. Alright, so overall, I'd say that was one of the better meals that I've had at Wonderland. The food itself was good, and I just really love what they've done to Backlot and, you know, turning it into the Grand World Eatery. The vibe in there is really cool, and I especially love all the little posters that reference both, you know, rides that are current and past, and maybe concepts, and I just love it all. Like, I love it when parks kind of reference history like that, and I love those old styles of posters, and it really just fits in with actually making the Grand World Expo area a proper themed area within the park. I don't know, for the longest time, this area didn't really feel complete. It kind of felt like they slapped the name on it, but didn't really dive into the actual vibe of what that theme was supposed to be. But I think Wonderland is starting to get there. I think we still need a few more years of renovations and additions, and maybe this rumored new 2025 coaster will have something to do with that, although I personally think that's going to be more in the Alpenfest area. But regardless, I think something is going to happen. I think Wonderland has some big plans for this area, and I'm really excited to see how everything plays out. Also, the rain has passed, so even though I look like a drowned rat, the skies are looking nice and blue, and hopefully I'll dry off soon. Maybe after a couple rides on Behemoth, I'll feel better. So I was gonna go ride Behemoth, but that ride was closed due to delay. So then I'm like, you know what, that's okay. I'll just come over here to Yukon Striker. And guess what? This ride is also closed due to a delay. And I mean, obviously these things are usually beyond the park's control, so I'm not really faulting anyone there, but it just, I don't know, it just seems like the operations at Wonderland have really gone downhill this year. And I didn't say too much on media day because, again, like for those kind of preview events, you always got to take them with a grain of salt because things are still, you know, getting off the ground for the season. But we are a month and a half in right now, and I'm still feeling this decline in the quality of operations. So it's just, I don't know, not a good look. Okay, so the delays were in fact due to the rain, so maybe I was jumping the gun and being a bit over dramatic with my rant there. Obviously, the park can't control the weather, and safety should always be their #1 priority. However, I think this whole situation was just a catalyst for me to express that I've really noticed a big drop in the quality of operations compared to last year. Load times seem to be slower, and I'm noticing that the coaster trains are stacking a lot more than they used to. I usually applaud Wonderland for being one of the best operated parks out there, but I'm afraid they're at risk of losing that distinction. Of course, there's always the possibility that today was just an off day, but I don't think I'm alone in that sentiment. Like I said, the park has proven in the past that they're capable of exceptional operations, so it would be great to see them get back to that. Well, since it doesn't look like I'm going to be riding anything anytime too soon, I'm gonna head back to the front of the park because I need to upgrade my fast lane. So as you guys know, I usually get the all-season fast lane from Wonderland, just because I come so often that it really is worth it to me to get it. But there's also an all-park, all-season option, and I did get that in another year, and I didn't really feel like it was worth it that year because I didn't really go to enough parks to really justify the value. But this year, like, I'm planning a couple visits to Cedar Point, plus I have my California trip coming up, so I'm gonna be doing California's Great America, Knott's Berry Farm, and I think I definitely need the pass for those trips. So I crunched the numbers. Long story short, it's gonna be worth it to get. So yeah, I need to go and upgrade my pass, and I tried to do it online. For some reason, it didn't really work for me, so yeah, we're gonna just go to guest services and do that in person. Also, I don't think I've really talked about my California trip on the vlog before. Like, I've been talking about it on social media, but if you're not tuned in, first of all, you should be. But yeah, I'm going to California in a week and a half. It's crazy how fast that trip is coming. But I'm gonna be going to CoasterCon, and I'm going to be doing all of the parks in the LA area, and then I'm just gonna be hanging out in Hollywood for a couple days and like doing some of the Los Angeles things. So I'm really excited for that. But yeah, I do need to get this fast lane so I can be all prepared to go. I'm gonna be sharing more details on the channel about that trip soon. I mean, ideally before I leave. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so I'm just walking along this path between Behemoth and Yukon Striker, you know, kind of here where Orbiter used to be, and I noticed something I have never really picked up on before. This little statue, how long has that been here? I've never noticed this before, and if it's been here for a long time, I feel really dumb. If it's new, I feel really cool for discovering this, but it's kind of neat because again, it really fits in with that Grand Expo theme. But yeah, I just thought it was cool, so either way, I had to point this out. So I wanted to come over here to see how much of the construction for Moosehorn Falls I could see, and honestly, it's not much, but you can see a bit of that boomerang element in the background there. It's very, very hard to see, but there is in fact a big piece of green fiberglass over there. I hate this. Like every time I think it's over, it comes back. Why? I started off with a Bellini Pinot Grigio, an Italian white wine that the park describes as delicate pear and cantaloupe with suggestions of nuts, fresh fig, and pastry. I decided to go with this one because I usually prefer white wines, and I wanted to try one of the international varieties. And I'm happy to say that it ended up being a good choice. It was on the sweet side, which is exactly what I wanted. I got a 2-ounce simple glass, which cost me $4.29, and I paired that with the Flight of Spreads, which was a basket of flatbreads with whipped yuzu, pimento cheese, and olive tapenade. No complaints on this one, except for maybe the price, which was $10.99, but the spreads themselves were very tasty, and the yuzu was by far my favorite of the three.
Come on, make some noise! Ladies and gentlemen, 6 plates! Clap now! Look, an eagle! All right, guys, if you want to see the unicycle, say yeah!
Yeah!
1. Clap now!
Woo!
Louder!
Woo! Alright, so overall thoughts on Canada's Wonderland's new food and wine festival. First of all, I think the concept itself is really cute. I'm really glad that the park has decided to try out a new event that we haven't seen here before, so I really applaud the park on that. And they have a really good selection of wines. There's a good mix of domestic wines from here in Ontario, because I mean, for those of you who don't know, Ontario actually is a really big wine growing region, especially out in Niagara and even like kind of towards Lake Erie in the Long Point area. We have a lot of wines, so it's kind of great to see that on display here at the park. But there's also a few international ones. Like the one I had was a Pinot Grigio from Italy, so that was really nice. Overall, I think that aspect is really good. And I like the food pairings that they had. Like I got the cheese spread with the naan and with the other bits of bread. I kind of wish there was more food options though. Like it seemed like all the food was like spreads and like bread and fondue, which is good because I mean that goes with wine really well, obviously. But I was kind of expecting to see more interesting dishes and maybe a more variety of dishes. Like it's very much like you get all of the different wine booths and then you get the same 5 food options at each one. So yeah, it would have been nice to see more variety and creativity when it comes to the food offerings. The other kind of complaint that I have, and I mean I kind of expected this going in, is that it is expensive. Like my bread and cheese spread was $10, more than that, like $10.99 or something. And the wine, it was just like a little 2-ounce tasting, and that's all I wanted because I want to maybe go back and try another wine later. It was $4.99, like it was almost $5 for a little tiny bit of wine. So yeah, expect to spend a bit of money here, and there's no like tasting card either, which would have been a nice touch. But again, it's a theme park food festival. I kind of expected that going in. I'm not too surprised. And I mean, for someone like me who has the all-season dining plan, when stuff like this comes up, I feel a bit better about spending money because I know I'm saving money and getting my value in other areas. So yeah, it kind of like gives me more of a budget to play around with when these kind of things come up. Like I said, I might come back in a couple of hours to try another glass of wine. I do want to go and do some rides too, so we might head back there. And oh, the other thing is that they have some cool entertainment offerings, which I didn't know was happening. So yeah, they had the guy on the unicycle, they had this string quartet. So yeah, that was really cool. And I don't know if there's any other performers who will be coming on later today, but it was really nice, and it really set a really good vibe and atmosphere for the little garden that they had. So I have not yet done any of the PMF coasters here at the park this season. I very much avoided them on media day, but I think I need to do at least one ride on both Flight Deck and Time Warp. So against my better judgment, I'm gonna do both of those right now and get them out of the way. Tyler, if you're watching, this is for you and only for you, so be proud of me. amazing. Like, I can do flight deck just fine. Time warp, ugh, that was so bad. There's a reason I avoid this. I think that warrants going back for my second glass of wine. Yeah, I deserve it after that. For my second and final wine tasting, I got the Inniskillen Vital Ice Wine. This is an Ontario ice wine with floral, mango, chanterelles, herbs, and golden raisin flavors. Fun fact, Canada is actually the world's largest producer of ice wine, so this is kind of our specialty. This wine also came in a 2-ounce glass for $4.29, but unlike the other wines on selection at the festival, there was no full glass option available for this one. New since my last visit is this awesome looking lighthouse made by Timberkits here on Arthur's Bay. Now this is where they usually do the stunt show. So they've had a few different iterations of the show before. They've done Flying Frontenacs. Last year they had, I don't even remember what the show was called, but it was kind of more of that sport, like red team versus blue team kind of show. Now they're going to be doing a new one called Castaway, still probably using the same kind of stunts, but they did build a brand new tower for it, which is super exciting. These stunt shows on Arthur's Bay are a core of Wonderland entertainment. So like, it's good to see that they're still honoring that tradition, but still bringing in something new and, you know, switching things up a little bit. I love to see it. I'm really excited to see what makes this particular show stand out besides the new structures. I think that one will start on June 29th, so not until the end of the month, so I won't be able to see it until later in July, but still super cool. I can't wait.
Hello! How you doing?
Good, how are you up
Good.
there?
How's the weather down there?
It's good, it's a little wet.
Nice!
I wanna love you like lovers should. You're fine, you're so kind. I wanna tell this world that you're mine. About my nails, tweet on the thumb. Real now is bloody serious fun. Oh, baby, you drive me crazy. Sing goodness gracious, gray balls of fire. When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know everything's alright. I'm hooked on a feeling, and I'm believing that you're in love with me. Alright guys, don't let me down. Let it go, let it go. Don't take it back anymore. Those aren't the words. Go. That's right. No! You want me to do it? I'll show you how it's done. Alright, show me. Here we go. Can you feel the love tonight? That's not right. He was a boy, she was a girl, and I may need any more of No, it's just a small town girl. Living in a new world. Hey, did you hear that? They sang. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street lights, people. Ever just the same. Ever a surprise. Ever as before, ever just as sure as the sun will rise. Tale is all this time, song is all this right. Beauty and melodies. Tale is all this time, song is all this right. Beauty and the beast. See the lights, see the party, the ball gowns. See you make been waiting for you, but you never come. This in my head, I don't know what to think. Fell to the ground and pulled out a ring and said, marry me, Juliet. Never have to be alone. I love you, that's all I really know. What do you tell? He had a white dress. It's a love story. Baby, just say, and say like it's coming up to me. So come on, beautiful the hour when I saw you.
Alrighty, and that is going to do it for my day here at Canada's Wonderland. Overall, today was a good visit. I mean, I got on all the rides I wanted to do, and the Food and Wine Festival was really cool. Like, I really do think it's an excellent addition to the park's lineup. I'm so glad that they've decided to do something like this. And despite my criticisms of the event, it was good. And I mean, the entertainment was definitely a highlight, especially the dueling pianos. That was easily the highlight of the day. So I'm really glad that I got to see that. The weather was really annoying today. Obviously, that's no one's fault. That's just the way it was. But nevertheless, there's nothing that seems outstanding. Like I said, I got to do everything I wanted to do. So yeah, I didn't get anything, and this is super, super, super minor. I find it weird that it's June and there's nothing Pride related in the parks. I don't think Wonderland has done anything Pride related before, but like there's no merch. And you know, I know not all the parks do a Pride event, but it'd be kind of cool to see Wonderland do a small little Pride festival or like a Pride night or something like that. I mean, it's becoming more and more popular as years go on, but Wonderland being the park that it is and being so close to Toronto, I think it makes it a perfect candidate. So again, that's just a super small thing that I just kind of thought of. Actually, the only reason why I bring it up is because it's something that Mitch and I discussed on the Ghosters Cuzzies podcast, where there's going to be a Pride related episode coming out later this month. And we kind of mentioned, hey, more parks to do Pride stuff. So yeah, overall, good day, good festival. So I'm leaving the park happy. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more adventures from theme parks, attractions, and beyond, you might want to consider becoming a subscriber. You can also find me on social media. I'm at EDB Parker on Instagram, Threads, and Twitter, and at Adventures with Parker on TikTok and Facebook. As always, big shout out to my patrons for all the extra support you guys give the channel. If you're interested in supporting the channel for as little as a $2 a month in exchange for some sweet perks and bonus content, head on over to patreon.com/EDBParker to learn more. Once again, thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, the adventures are calling. Bye. But you can see the boomerang element. Oh my gosh, my finger's in the way. That was bad.